What's up, you guys? Welcome back to another episode of Too Many Opinions podcast. This is Sarah.
This is Jeannie.
Oh my God, it's been what feels like forever. I feel like a little bit of a hot
for
mess.
us and not for you guys.
Definitely for us.
I'm gonna get comfortable.
Yes, definitely get comfortable. What's going on before we really get into it? Life is fucking crazy.
Life
right now.
is lifing. Everything is crazy. I got pulled over yesterday.
Bitch, did you get a ticket?
I did get a ticket, $100.
Motherfucker.
Because I was going 35 under 25. I don't understand how I was going 35 if I'm following a school bus, and they don't drive fast.
That makes no sense, literally.
He was literally, and when I was going like this way, I saw him stopping people. So I'm like, imagine if he stops me. Like, let me slow down, and he ends up stopping me. He's an idiot. I was so annoyed.
It's a Providence cop?
Yes, it was a Providence cop.
Okay, pause that 1 second. I don't know who's calling me, but what's my mom? Sorry, guys. We're just gonna decline that really quick.
It's okay. Life is life.
Life is life. I'm gonna turn off that Wi-Fi, and we're just gonna keep going. So sorry if you hear that. We're gonna continue as normal.
Yeah. So I got pulled over. My income tax, I'm getting $35 back.
Bitch.
Mind you, they take out well over in the $900s of dollars every 2 weeks out of my freaking paycheck.
Doesn't that blow your mind, bro?
Yesterday I went on a rant on my Instagram because I'm just tired. I feel like in this country, it almost feels like you can't win.
When you're in the middle class, that's when we're like most taken advantage of, being in the middle class.
No bullshit.
Because when you're in the lower class, it's like, okay, you have benefits available to you. You can get food stamps, you can get assistance, you can get discounts on phone bills, Wi-Fi, you can get discounts on electricity, but then you're in the middle class and you make just above the cusp of what is needed to survive.
Right.
And then they're like, okay, bend over. Mind you, the upper class is fucking over here getting tax breaks, making money, getting fucking billions of dollars back in taxes. And we, the people who are literally
we the people.
We the fucking people are over here going through it, bro.
It's so
I haven't
like
done my taxes yet, but I'm not looking forward to it.
Honestly, and I have a lot of my mom friends that they're not getting nothing even with a kid, and I'm like, what is going on? My friend said I had to pay back. I said, even with a kid?
Bro.
She said, yeah, I had to pay back. So be lucky that you got 30. I'm like, yo. Which
That
goes,
makes me
I'm
scared.
sorry, guys. I didn't even whip my table. Guys, I'm working on my table. Please don't judge it because it's just a lot.
Listen, life is life in.
But it's crazy.
Well, I haven't filed my taxes yet, so stay tuned for
I
that.
hope you get something.
Girl, I hope I get something too, anything, because goddamn, be struggling like the rest of us.
$35. I can't.
Like, I will wipe my ass with that. You can't even go out to eat with $35.
What can you do with that?
You can't.
Because you know what's the funniest thing of this whole situation? I'm getting back $35, but I got to pay TurboTax like $60. So there goes that.
So you're negative 25, bro? What the fuck?
Yeah. It's
unfreaking believable.
It's like, it almost feels like nothing that you purchase here, nothing is yours, really. Like, if you buy a house, you don't really ever really own it because it's always a tax, it's always a this, it's always something breaks, and so it's always something. If you rent, you clearly don't own nothing,
right.
so you're just paying to pay. It's just. But
Mind-blowing.
anyway, life is life.
Yeah. Well, do you believe in paranormal stuff?
I do.
Okay, well, let me tell you that I've been dealing with that at my house. Yeah, bitch. And I don't believe, like, I'm a Christian. I don't believe in sage. Like, I feel like we've had this conversation before. But this is kind of, like, some of the stuff that's been going on.
What?
I'll just give you, like, a few stories before we actually get into the topics. But there was, like, several instances leading up to me, like, saging the house, right? Because I'm like, oh, no, this is literally crazy. And basically what had happened is one night, my mom and my aunt had went out and I was home alone. My son was with his dad. And basically I go to bed. It's just the dogs. And all of a sudden I'm thinking to myself, like, oh, I wonder if my mom had brought her keys. Like, I don't want her to be locked out the house. It's already like 10 o'clock, whatever. Anyways, long story short is I'm laying in bed and I'm like in between the of being like completely asleep and like conscious, right? So I'm like in between that phase where it's like you're about to fall asleep, whatever. All of a sudden I hear. So I'm like, oh my God, my mom forgot her keys. Mind you, the dogs didn't bark, so I'm like, oh, they must recognize that it's my mom because they look out the window, whatever. I have two dogs. I have a small dog and a big dog. Girl, I go running down the stairs in my pajamas, boom, boom, boom. The ring light camera's not on. The door, no one's at the door. I'm like, okay, this is weird. So now I'm like praying. I'm like, oh God, please, Mom, come home soon. Like, I don't want to be alone. Okay, so that happens. The next day, I'm laying on the couch, and I have like an L-shaped couch. I'm laying across this way, and where I'm laying, my mom's sitting on the other side.
That was just the ice maker.
That was the ice maker.
Not in
people.
this house. The Lord lives in this house.
Amen. All of a sudden, I'm laying on the couch. We're watching TV in the living room, and I can see into my mom's room, and she has like a TV mounted on her wall. And fucking bitch, if you don't think the TV turned on, the remote is on top of the dresser next to the TV.
Oh, hell no. Isn't this like your ex's, you know?
No.
I don't want to give out too much information about your house.
This is the house that I grew up in. Mind you, as a kid, I had
you grew up in this house?
Yes. So as a kid, I had some paranormal experiences. Like, I remember one thing. Yes, girl. One thing vividly I remember, like, where my living room is now. I remember someone calling my name, like, Sarah. I'm like, Mom, I'm sleeping. And she's like, Sarah. So I go downstairs, right, bitch? Nobody's there.
No.
Right? So anyway, so I'm like, no, that didn't happen. Like, I'm just making it up, whatever. So then the last thing, this is what really triggers me. Have you ever had, like, sleep, what the fuck is it called? Like, when you can't move?
Yeah. No, I have not. It's called sleep. Hold on, because I have.
Oh my God, it's on the tip of my tongue.
Hold on, guys, 2 seconds, because we gotta remember.
It's called
not sleep apnea.
No, no,
snore
and you can't breathe. Oh my God, what the fuck is it called?
But I get what you're saying.
Okay, but you can't move.
Like lucid dream. No, not lucid dreaming either.
Anyways, it's gonna come to
sleep paralysis.
Sleep paralysis. Okay, bitch, I'm laying down and I'm facing like the other wall. I hear my door open. I go to move, I can't move. My door to my bedroom opens. I hear like a little jingle of keys, and then something like this cold breeze come over me. I can't move. Bro, I'm like, nah, this is fucking crazy. I'm like, please, God. And mind you, I've been praying every single time, like, God, please protect me. Please protect Jace. This isn't real. If you don't think that I feel like this whole, like, not even, you know how you get the chills? Nothing like that. Even more explosive, like, it was like something just went through my whole fucking body, bitch. When I woke up the next day, I literally went to the side of my bed and prayed the whole fucking rosary. Like, there's no way that I was going through this. So, okay, long story short, I saged my house. As I'm saging my house, my aunt's following me up the stairs behind me. She's probably like 4 steps behind me. This is a long-ass story, guys, but I really needed to get this off my chest.
No, get it off. And guys, I'm doing this for the sake of you guys, because I don't usually hear shit. I don't like listening to shit like this.
Okay, so my aunt, I'm saging the fucking house. I do the upstairs, the middle, like the main floor, and then I'm in the basement. My mom doesn't come down. She's upstairs like fanning all the sage, and I don't believe in sage because I'm a Catholic, whatever. If you don't think I come up downstairs and the door's open like this much and my aunt's right behind me, the door slams in her face. Boom. Mind you, I'm already like in my kitchen, so then when my aunt opens it up, I'm like, are you fucking with me? She's like, no, I thought you did that. I'm like, I didn't do that. I was over here. Girl. But after we saged, there's been nothing, but wow. I didn't believe in that shit like that because I was like, nah, I don't know. It's not really real. No, bitch, it's real. Like, I really felt that shit.
It's real.
So, yeah, that was like really,
scary.
That
actually happened. So, all right. So I moved into this apartment, and the next door lady is like an old lady. Mm-hmm. And she had put like her placemat that says like a witch lives here or something like that. I said, bitch. I get goosebumps just thinking about it.
Oh, my God, bitch.
And I'm in my room. My door's open. I don't like sleep when my door is open. My door's open, and I see a shadow go from here to there, to that way. Bitch. And I start praying. I'm like, no, not in this house. Not. You're not gonna take a shortcut to go from there or wherever the hell you're coming from, the pits of hell, to cross my house to get to hers. You gonna take the long way.
You were baffled. Were you like sweating? Girl,
I didn't sweat because like Jesus lives here. You know who you coming against? You can't come to this house.
I know, girl.
I don't sage at all because to me it brings more stuff to your house. But I do have Christians believe in oil. It's this oil that you pray for. And you oil your house and you do the prayer and stuff like that. I had my mom come the next day. Like, if you want, we'll go to your house.
Girl, yes.
And my mom will pray everything out of that house. I promise you.
Amen, because I need that.
Nothing. My house is the most peaceful house. I've never had an issue, never again.
Okay, we need
that is a real thing.
Girl, I cannot. Even my mom was shook. My aunt was like, yeah, I'm not going downstairs to the basement. Like, my aunt will not.
No, there's no, like, your house is your sanctuary. There's no reason why you should not feel safe and sound in your own home. So we're rebuking that in the name of Jesus. So
amen. In
that's
the name
crazy.
Of Jesus. So anyways,
that's crazy.
To the real fucking topic. What do you want to talk about today?
So there's so many things I want to talk about today. I think I want to start off with children. Okay. Now that we're, it's a hot topic going on today. How do you feel about annoying kids? Like, let's say you have a friend that has an annoying kid. What do you do in certain instances when you have like a light couch or when you have like delicate things in your house and you want your friend over, but you know your friend can't leave their child and they come and then they destroy? Like, how do you handle that?
Okay, so this is going to be a hot take, and I know people are not going to agree with me, so I'm looking at every single camera here. But I'm going to let you know that as parents, we need to control our children. If you, as a woman with a partner who does not have children, and you tell me, no shoes on the couch, no this, no that, or please don't have them play in this area, it is my responsibility as the parent to instruct my child to obey those boundaries, because this is not our house. And if we want to be invited back, we need to follow rules. Yeah. And if you do not follow rules, we will not be invited back. And that's just the way it is.
It's crazy though, because sometimes I feel like I shouldn't have to tell you to tell your kids something. For example,
I agree.
These are things that bother me. Not my friends are, all their kids is big already, and it's just kids ain't a thing in this. But I'm just saying, remembering from back in the day. First of all, as a Dominican, God forbid if I ever went to anybody's house, including my aunts, grandmas, it don't matter, and open their fridge.
Ooh, girl, that's a hot take. I would never either.
Like, you do not go to no one's house and open the fridge. So the moms that just let their kids go rampage. Number 2, now that you already went in my fridge and you got yourself an ice cream, right?
Hey, bitch.
You got yourself an ice cream. Enjoy your ice cream. But no, they want more. There's 1 ice cream, 2 ice creams, 3 ice creams, 4. And so you ate my whole box of ice creams or yogurt, and the mom doesn't say nothing about it.
The mom's just sitting there, or the dad just sitting there not saying nothing. Oh, hell no.
That shit, because it's like, have respect. You don't know like what that's for, whose that is. Like, all right, you have one, but damn.
Yeah, no, that is completely unacceptable behavior on both the child and the parents. It's like, first of all, as a parent and as friends, you know that times are tough, girl. Like, we do not need to be letting our kids run around rampage, eating everybody's stuff. Like, you need to come as a parent. There's times where it's like we have little incidents, you forget something, they ate all the snacks, whatever.
Yeah, of course.
But for the most part, we're supposed to be prepared, okay? Like, get your snacks, get your little fruit snacks, your bag of chips. Be prepared. That is our goal as parents, and our like main objective is to be prepared for our kids.
Absolutely, absolutely.
And if they are hungry, it is your responsibility to be like, honey, what would you like to go eat?
And once you feed them,
tell them
more,
no.
Mom.
No.
Sit your ass down. You do not want more.
No. You already ate. Go sit down and play with your toys. You'll have dinner. Or you will have a snack when we get home. Right. Until then, I don't want to hear nothing. I be talking to you.
It's crazy. It's crazy. I remember as a child, I got in so much trouble because I went to my aunt's house and she's like, oh yeah, I'll serve you. And she's like, I was like, no, I want to serve myself. And they were like, all right. And I served myself a mountain. My parents just looked at me like, yo, we're going to beat this girl's ass, right? I literally took 2 bites and I didn't leave. I think it's I didn't like it, or I don't know what it was. I was eating with my eyes. Another thing that's an issue. And you don't think my parents made me sit down? I was there the whole entire night till I finished that whole entire plate. Like, they was not playing with me. And when I got home, I got in so much trouble.
I would have been crying. The tears would have just been rolling down my face.
Another thing, a kid that's disrespectful. I can't stand to see a child speak to an adult, like talk back. Like, there's instances where like I don't think adults should be talking down on children, especially if they're not yours. But there's instances that like if I have enough, how do I say this? If I have enough of a relationship that you trust me with your kid, like I have a friend, Arlene, right? I'm like those girls is like second mom or aunt because there's only one mom and that's their mom. But I have the confidence to be able to be like, sit down, don't touch that. You know what I'm saying? And she's completely cool with it because I'm super cool with her kids. You know what I'm saying? We have that bond. But like, a kid that would be like, no, they're not my mom. Or it's like I can't stand a disrespectful kid. Like a kid that don't listen.
Yeah, that is tough. And it's tough too because there's times where it's like like kids don't have the mental, like they haven't developed mentally yet to know like the levels of boundaries, but the way that they react and the way that they speak is led by example. So like when they're disrespectful, that means that's the kind of behavior that they see.
Right, because at 3, 4, 5, I was in the line.
Exactly, because you knew better. Your parents kept you in check.
Right.
You know what I mean? And there's certain levels, as you know, you have to have boundaries with parents. And I have to say, as a mom, there's times where it's like, oh man, I feel like I was tough on him just now, and I feel guilty because I'm like, fuck, mom guilt. You know what I mean? And then it's like, Nah, but he also needs to know. He needs to know.
Yeah.
There's boundaries. Like, you don't abuse your kids,
Yeah,
obviously,
you're not going
right?
to yell at a kid for any little thing or stuff like that.
But
But
there's
they
certain
need
things.
come on.
Like, if you're standing on top of a high top chair and you're just letting your kid trying to spin around, like, bro, get your kid. They're going to hurt themselves. If they don't listen, bye. This is the problem, that people want to stay places for their own benefit, right? Like, okay, my kid's acting up. Well, I'll just yell at him and we'll discuss it later.
Or I ignore him.
Yeah, we'll discuss it when we get home. No, if your kid's acting bad, you need to remove both of you from the situation for a minute. Talk about what's going on privately. Like, listen, we don't act like that. We don't behave like that. Not here, not home, not anywhere. And then we need to address the situation. If you continue to act like this, we'll be leaving.
I went to church this Sunday, which I'm going to a new church.
It
you need to
so
come.
So good. I saw it.
Fire. It's a lot of young people.
Oh, I love that.
So I went to church.
I need a man of Jesus. I need to throw that in. So, God, if you
any man of Jesus is, please contact Sarah. But there's this little boy. I'm in behind the row and he's in front. His mom's all the way in the back. Why? First of all, why are you sitting by yourself?
How
and
old
the
is
mom,
this kid?
he must have been 4.
Oh, hell no.
4 or 5 at the very most.
No.
He is literally being a menace.
In the middle of church.
There's a guy, you know, like there's ushers and that they seat you. There's this guy that they have to see him in between 2 chairs because the little boy won't move. And the mom is just watching the whole thing down. And then you have the ushers that keep coming to tell him, like, no, don't be loud, relax. Here's a coloring book. Here's this. And the mom's just,
okay, in her own world.
not
man.
me. Yo,
No
grab,
way.
first of all, grab your fucking child.
I would have had that ear. You better sit
Down next to me.
Sit down. Like, do you hear,
You know
mommy?
what
Do you hear, mommy? You need to sit down and behave. This is the Lord's house.
I can't. Like, it's just that I don't have kids and I get it. Like, kids have a mind of their own sometimes, but a lot of parents are just very ignorant.
And everybody has the gentle parenting thing. But they don't understand the concept of gentle parenting. Gentle parenting does not mean let your kid run wild and free and do not discipline them.
Don't be a gentle parent in my house.
Right? Like, my thing is like, it's okay. Like, when I say gentle parenting,
Don't, because if it's either one of us is going to have to be aggressive. When I redo my table and it painted bright white and I have white ass couches, maybe you shouldn't come to my house if you have a kid that don't know how to fucking act. Or if you don't know how to put your kid in place.
Or entertain them. If you don't know, listen, sit right here. You're going to sit right here. Let's play. Do this. Mommy's over here with her friend. As soon as we're done, we'll go to the trampoline park, or we'll go to the park.
Girl. And it's not even that, because I don't care. Like, put your kid on the couch. I don't care about none of that. But, for example, there was an instance once. I had white couches. You see that your kid's grabbing a greasy ass pizza to go sit at the couch.
Oh, no, man.
Why wouldn't you tell your kid, where are you going with that? Get your ass back here and sit down. Like, and I just literally had to watch the whole thing, and I could see the grease
Oh my God.
falling on my couch. And one thing about me is that I'm not about to tell your kid anything. You know what I'm saying? Like,
But then, okay, so this is a perfect segue. Why is it that, like, as a person, you probably felt uncomfortable to tell the mom, like, you should get your child so-and-so and ask them to sit here, please, because we don't eat on the couch. Kids don't eat on my couch. Why is it that we feel uncomfortable? Because it's like, bro, if you can't see it yourself that your kid's making a mess, this isn't your house. Respect my home.
I see it as the reason why I didn't say nothing is because, like, if I didn't, she clearly saw her kid go to the couch with the greasy pizza, right? Mm-hmm. She clearly saw that. So in her mind, to me, it's like she don't think it's disrespectful. So maybe if I tell her, hey, like, can you grab your kid? She's going to find that offensive because she's like, what's the big deal? You get what I'm saying? So I don't know where her head is at. And so then...
That's what sucks.
I know.
But then we have to set boundaries. So moving forward, all 2024, it's going to be setting fucking boundaries.
Public service announcement. If you have a child and you come to my house, and when I change my couches and do everything all over again in my house, because the reason why I went dark in this house is for that. I'm like, I can't make the same mistake. Yeah. But I don't have kids yet. This is my moment, my glorifying moment for me to have my cream couches.
Yes,
you know what I'm saying? Please, if you don't do something about your kid, I will be telling your kid something.
Amen. And you, like, listen, you need to control your kid if you're going to be over here.
Period. Like, can you grab your kid?
Period.
Sit your kid right here. Or no. Like, this way, like, it's just annoying. Something. Like, take a hold of your kids, please. Literally. Please.
Girl, that's the one thing I feel like I pride myself on is, like, setting boundaries and making sure my son understands. Because I'm going to be honest, my son's about to be 3 in August, right? And there's times where he's an only child where he thinks just everything's his. So he'll go to the park or he'll go to the museum and he'd be trying to like snatch stuff. I'm like, whoa, time out.
From like other kids?
Not from other kids, but like say there's like books and everything, right? Or there's like 4 boats on the table and nobody was sitting with him. But then kids come and he wants all 4 boats.
He's like, oh, where you's going with my stuff?
These are my boats now. And it's like, no, papi. Like, hold on, you can play with one boat. But everybody else wants to play. We can all play together. He'd be like, mommy, no. And I'm like, yes, papi, you have to share. You can have this one. Mommy's not saying you can't play with them. But girl, it would be a whole battle.
Sharing sucks, yo.
It does, but that's life. Like we don't have to share the one that you're using. I'm not telling you to give them that one because obviously I'm going to stick up for my son. Like if someone trying to come bully my kid and be like, oh, give me that. Like, whoa, time out. My son's playing with that. There's other toys you can play with. But if there's 4 or 5 of the same toy, like come on, we got to do the right thing here and be nice and share and blah, blah. So I agree. We got to defend our kid, but also teach them lessons in life.
But usually also too, like when I know someone's coming with their kid, I try to have like popcorn and stuff because it's like if you have kids with friends with kids, then you got to like accommodate. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's just I've gotten taken advantage of in the past with shit.
Ian, okay.
You know it.
I know it, girl. I seen it with my eyes. What we're going to do when these cream couches come in and that happens, you're going to have what we call a party blanket. And you're going to fucking...
right there.
Perfect. And you're going to drape it over your couch.
Yes,
and you're going to give them...
Bounce and jump. I don't give a shit what you do. Just don't get you.
Yeah, don't. And you know what? I would even say, like, put a little, like, get it lined. So that way if they spill something... It's like waterproof. Get a waterproof blanket.
It's gonna be corduroy though. I don't know if I could do that. Can I?
Well, no. Like get like a blanket that you know is just can be like waterproof, spill proof type shit. So that way, God forbid something. You can play over here on this side of the couch if you're gonna do anything. Because girl, sometimes you gotta have those boundaries. Like listen, calm down. Okay, what else?
Okay, what else? Now that we're on the kid topic. On the kid topic, what was going on in the comments?
Oh my God, there was one of our videos where we were talking about the moms who withhold the kids from the dads.
Yeah, a lot of moms was mad at us. Like, oh, but you don't understand.
There was a lot of but if and what if. And it's like, guys, I understand what you're saying.
There's a million scenarios, obviously.
And we made it very clear in that video. We're not talking about the unsafe parents, the unfit parents, you know what I mean? We're not talking about those. We're talking about the parents the dads who want to be there and you guys don't want them to be there because they don't want to be with you, right?
Right, because they don't want to be with you. That's the topic of conversation.
And the one thing that stuck out to me, because there was one gentleman who was responding back to all of the comments.
What ifs?
All the comments, right? But he was actually defending the mom from his mom from, I guess he's like 24-ish now. And he was basically defending her honor because his dad didn't want to be there or he made up excuses and he was like, didn't do his part, whatever, right? And I feel like what it showed me from all of his responses is what the trauma can be when your dad is not present. Mm-hmm. This is a young man who's 24 years old, who is clearly can say he doesn't care about it, but felt the need to defend this topic of keeping children away from the other parent, whatever. And it's like, just goes to show when that happens, that trauma sticks with you all throughout life. Mm-hmm. He's 24 years old. This happened when he was a kid, apparently. And he's still feeling like, oh, my dad's a deadbeat. He didn't want to be around. He didn't do his part. It was the right thing that my mom did, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, wow.
But see, like, the way that I look at it is, even if you have a dad that's a deadbeat, whenever the dad wants to see the child, I am in the stance where I feel like even if you see a child once a month, it's better than nothing.
Absolutely. I mean, and the thing is that kids come to an age where they're going to realize, oh, my dad.
Exactly. Anyway.
Right. My dad only wants to see me once a month. Oh, do you want to go with your dad? No.
But a lot of people are like, well, that brings instability to the kid's life and yada, yada, yada. But still, like, they're going to have instability from numerous things in just life in general. Right. You know what I'm saying? But I just feel like that's okay for like a girlfriend or like somebody else that's not a parent, but a legit parent, even if they see the child once every 6 months, at least you as a mom you as a dad don't have the burden to be like, I kept them away. Right. Like, you came every 6 months, your child's gonna know that. Right. You came every 6 months.
I didn't hold him from you. That was your choice. You decided to only come and see your kid this amount of time.
Exactly.
Which is unfortunate, and it sucks for the child because we say this all the time. Children need both parents, right? But You can't force someone to be a parent, no matter how bad they say that they want to be. If they decide to stop showing up, that's just what it is. But to prevent them is what we're talking about.
Exactly.
Like, don't be a bitter baby mama. Like, why are you so mad that this man doesn't want to be with you, so you're holding your kid?
Right. You know how much times I've seen that? Well, no, he's not going to, another one that I love. He don't give me child support, so he can't see his kid.
Like, bro.
Let me just preface this. I understand that it's not fair.
It's not.
I understand that I'm not saying for every instance before people come for me. I'm talking about a lot of the times the responsibility falls on the mom.
Yep.
I know that there's deadbeat moms and I know there's the dad that has the child. I understand that. But right now I'm speaking about this instance, right? A lot of the times, even if you're not getting help from your baby daddy, if the dad wants to see his kid, let him see his kid, whether he's helping you or not. This is not a monetary transaction.
Correct. And my thing is that, okay, he doesn't want to pay you. That's okay. Don't let him pay you, but give it to the court and let them, at some point, they're going to garnish his wages.
Exactly.
That's going to be it. And I'm not saying, you need the money now, but as parents, we got to do what we got to do to provide for our kids. There's not going to be a day that goes by. God forbid, I'm never in this situation. My son's father is great to him. We never have any issues in that sense, like of raising our child, whatever. But I would never, if I was in the position where it was like his dad wasn't showing up, I'm not going to not let my kid do something or be in a position. I'm going to make sure that I go do what I have to do so my kid is well taken care of no matter what.
Right.
And I know most moms are in that same boat and dads. They're willing to do whatever it takes to provide for their kids. So if that man's not paying you, why are you going to hold it for him? Give it to the court. Your money will come eventually. I've seen cases where 18, 19 years down the road, this woman gets a six-figure check from back child support because this man didn't pay. And then it has to be incremental payments. Another thing that really grinds my gears, okay, is women who don't want, now we spoke about this, that don't want the man to have another woman around the child. I understand there should be boundaries, but right? There should be boundaries, blah, blah, blah.
I don't want to meet them.
Right? I don't want them around my kid. Okay, yeah, boundaries. I get it. We're all about that. Like, you should have a certain time limit before you meet the kid. There should be an understanding between both parents. We're not talking about that. We're talking about the women who are like, you can't have any girls around my kid, but yet you can have a whole new boyfriend every other day around your kid. And then I literally saw a clip of a man saying, I want to see my child, a baby. The woman comes down like, why are you here? He's like, I'm here to see my son. And she was like, oh no, you're not going to see him. He's upstairs with my boyfriend. He's like, I don't want, and she goes, okay. I don't want him around your little girlfriends. He's like, but you can have a new boyfriend every other day.
Yeah.
And he's literally like, and this is why you need to know who you have kids with, because these are the kind of women who ruin it for the other men when they want to have other kids.
There's a lot of women that don't want to meet the moms, the new girlfriends, just because they don't want to. They're okay with their kid being around the new girl, but they just don't want to meet them. It's like, how are you okay with a stranger being around your kid and you don't even like know or meet them or not? Like,
never. I could never do that because I'm so big on like protecting your child and making sure that they're safe. Like, you just never know what these fucking people are capable of. I would go to jail to protect my child.
Absolutely.
So
another thing that grinds my gears, when I hear dads say, I don't want to pay child support because I don't want to, it's like me paying their rent.
Girl, that $200 or $150 every week or every other week is not paying nothing.
But even if it was, that's where your child lives most of the time.
They don't get it.
It doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't matter if I use that money for the rent or if I use that money for the jacket. Regardless, I'm working too. So I'm still like, it's just you don't understand the times that I've heard that excuse. It's like I'm paying her light bill. It's like I'm paying her rent. It's like I'm.
Do you want your kid to have light? Do you want your kid to have a roof over their
head?
Are
you taking your kid to school every day?
Right.
Is your child living with you?
But again,
do you grocery shop? Do you like?
It just brings me to the point.
And it'd be like $80 a week.
That's what I'm saying. 150, 200, like, bro, that money is not doing anything. Do you realize how much a gallon of milk is? How much a box of diapers is?
And how much kids eat?
Let's just talk about it. A box of diapers is literally $47.99. I saw it at the grocery store today.
And that's what, a week?
Give or take. A week. $47.99. Just a box of diapers. A box of wipes, $43.99. And this is like Huggies and like an Honest brand box of wipes. There's almost $90 right there. Mind you, if your kid's having formula or if they're eating and they're going through growth spurts, you're spending $180, $250 at the grocery store getting fruits because fruits ain't cheap anymore. A bag of fucking clementines is like $6. Like grapes, $7 for candy. Like, what the fuck is going on? So, yeah. We need to do better, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah,
parents.
and I know that like you just never know who you have a kid with. Sometimes a person can paint themselves as an angel, and then when push comes to shove, it's
Shit
a whole
changes,
different
yeah.
person. But for the most part, for a lot of the times, you kind of know a person.
Yep.
You know
Figure
what I'm
it
saying?
out.
Like maybe you don't work out as a person, but you kind of know them as like just a parent in general. Like you'll know the way they treat things, the way they treat their own belongings, the way they like just be observant, because like this is the person you're gonna be stuck with for like ever, because it's not till they're 18.
Correct.
It's forever.
It's forever. And it's also know the family in which who you're having a child with.
Ugh.
Not just the person, the family as well, because that will also show you everything you need to know and maybe some of the traumas or whatever that they've